Got Boxing, and we're back with a recap of Friday's fight card that was on the No Excuse Promotions. It was a star-studded event, and it was a night of great fights. Carlos, I said we'll go ahead and work our way up to the main event, but let's talk about the first fight on the undercard.
Okay, yeah, the first fight we had Trayon, the Sniper Marshall. He was in against I think the guy named Luis Sanchez.
Okay.
That was good showing for Trayon. Trayvon, he was, doing what he normally do, applying the pressure, catching the guy with some sniper shots, and he really could have got the guy by there. The guy was doing excessive hold. That fight kind of set the tone, got everybody excited for the rest of the card. But he put on a great performance as always.
Yeah, I thought he did pretty good too.
Yeah,
I think the real story in that fight, in particular, was the uppercut. He threw some. He was throwing some uppercuts from hell.
Yeah.
I was surprised that his opponent was able to stay on his feet. I think once he saw that first, barrage of uppercuts work for him, he then you could see him start to add on to it as the fight progressed. I'd probably say, thankfully, if it was an extra round, his opponent would have been out of there. But when he started bringing them the uppercuts to the body and he started ripping them to the body and the head, it was taking everything out of his opponent. So good fight for Trayvon. I look forward to seeing him again and actually having him on the show.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to that too. Like you said, he found a home for that uppercut, and he was sending it full steam ahead all night, and the guy barely escaped. Like we talking.
He broke him down.
Second,
yeah. I'm not sure how.
But I did tell him. I said, you could have got him out of there if you would have just created a little bit of distance. Got started off your jab and straightened him up, because I think when he did do that towards the end of the fight, the guy flew across the dang on ring and then started holding for dear life.
Yeah, but that's not taking anything away from what was his opponent's name? Was it
Sanchez? Luis Sanchez. He was. It was
he was a crafty fighter. Yeah. So he knew it. These aren't like guys you just pull off the street. This guy he deserved to be in the ring. And if you look at Trayvon's last opponents, he's knocking everybody out. So the fact that this guy was even able to survive is a testament to his conditioning and his willingness to win. He didn't come in there to lose. He came in there to win as well. So that's off to him as well.
Yeah, he hung in there.
Who we got next?
My second fight we had up was Dirk Scooter Davis, and he fought a guy named Ortiz. Ron, I don't want to mess his name up, but his fight, and honest with you, I was looking forward to seeing that fight. I turned my head away and it was over. He put that work in like fast. I think he didn't go with 2 rounds.
I saw it.
Tell me what happened, because I blinked.
Davis looked sharp. He was sharp the whole fight. You can tell he had that star quality, the kind that you saw it in the early stages of Tank, and that you actually see. And there was another guy who was I call them the backflip crew.
They all count fight the same.
Yeah. So he was really good. Sharp punches. Systematically broke his opponent down and got him up out of there. So
what's crazy about that fight too? Like you said, a lot of them. This area is saturated with talented boxers entering into the pros, and a lot of those guys are just coming in like they've been in the pros for a while.
Right.
They just, like you said, the skill set there. They walking straight through their opponents, and it's just like they comfortable.
Yeah. And as I was trying to tell you before, I just had a loss for the name. But it was Shaquille Daly.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
He has that kind. It's something about him, something different. You see fighters like that. He's definitely going. It looks like he's in his element when he's in the ring, and it looks natural. It doesn't look like he needs to get warmed up. Like you can see that he's kind of brimming with a level of confidence that you don't normally see in fighters, especially just coming into the pros, and it's kind of a scary feeling. But he looked like he was like you say, a shark.
He definitely different. I remember when I first met him, I was like, this guy's confidence. It's like he got the whole total package. Skill set. I mean, he got his little slogan. And he can do the backflip, so.
We got a history with him. His pops, Paul. We
notable mention. So
All right, so who's next?
Yeah, we had Greg Sharpshooter Outlaw.
Okay.
And he went up against
who?
Carrell. Isrado Carrell. Yeah. So
what about? I saw that fight. So Greg, with that particular fight, I saw moments. If I felt like he could have got that guy out of there too.
Barely.
He was one of those guys that I think just getting some ring rounds in for Greg. That's what I felt like that was. I honestly felt like he could have got him out of there. But he was accurate. I mean, at one point he landed 7 or 8 straight, and I think we put it in the highlight reel. 7 or 8 straight punch, and it was just about every type of punch you could land. He hit on a left hook, a right hook, a jab, an uppercut. It was beautiful. It was pretty. Like, so when you're watching him, how he took his time to get that guy ready to go. That was a good fight.
And I asked him about that. I said, man, I see a lot of people found out tonight why they call you the sharpshooter.
Right.
he was landing them shots all over the beautiful boxer. He had some serious power. I noticed counter punching, serious power. Like you said, that guy, he another one that barely made it out of there. But he's another exciting fighter. I like to see what fight.
And I don't think like these guys were just letting him survive.
They know what's up.
He was good. He was. He was game.
When we say they barely survived, it was it was because they just found a way to survive. Because I mean, it was these shots, man. You can hear him. I was right there. You can hear them shots, just thumping shots. So I don't know. I don't know how he made it out of there, but he did. I guess nobody wanted to get knocked out. He said he ain't knocking me out tonight. So
who we got next?
All right, we pro debut Jordan Roach. Jordan Roach, and he fought Hernandez Cabrera. Yeah.
You want to go?
You can go for you. Leave this one. Go ahead.
So Jordan. I feel like I'm like talking to
them. Okay. All right. History. I remember I was talking to the late Lamont Roach, and we was talking about Lamont Roach, and he said, you like Lamont? He said, man, you're gonna love his brother, Jordan Roach. And the word he used was, he's different. And I saw that too, because he looked like he'd been fighting for a while. Like, he had about 15 fights. I mean, he went in there, good boxer, good power, poise. He was relaxed. Man, he was trying to steal the show.
He was trying to steal the show. I remember he said at the weigh-in, he said it's going to be a short night.
Right.
He said, don't go get popcorn.
And don't get nothing to eat.
Yeah. I was trying to catch just some highlights, but y'all got to forgive me because I put some of the highlight reels up, but I kept looking out of the camera lens and looking up at the fight because I was alternating back and forth from being a fan to an actual podcast and their own business.
Right.
Because he had a really exciting fight.
Yeah, his fight
he bought some. He's speed. He's fast.
He's fast, and he possesses power.
And got some thump.
Yeah. So I was actually like, man, this dude, is this a pro debut? Like that's I was surprised. A lot of people surprised his pro debut because, like I said, he went in there. He was boxer, puncher. He was relaxed. He understood. The speed of the fight. He slowed it down to where he was able to, land his shots. Because sometimes when they make that transition over, they just gotta settle down to the speed of the fight and change levels and stuff. But hats off to him, man. He looks like he got a promising future.
Yeah.
Yeah. We got some dogs in the city. That's what it look
know,
like.
right?
He put everybody on notice. So
it kind of felt like the old days where it's hard to get out the city because there's just so much talent compressed in one area.
And speaking of pro debuts, the next fight with Benjamin Johnson. Benjamin Johnson, he fought a guy named Rare Breed.
Yeah, Rare Breed. Yeah, I saw that.
Man, he beat the brakes off of him. I was like, man, he was manhandling, dude.
I think he knocked was like 3 or 4 knockdowns.
Man, I know.
I
know he punched him he jabbed him in the chin, and he threw somebody punched him back in the head. That's all. So he definitely another one. 147 with power out of No Excuse. Good fight.
Good fight.
Yeah, he if they fall, so he woke him back up because man, he went there. He went to work. He went to work on that. It
was another one. Yeah, he was another one that really kind of. He showed out, especially at the weigh-in. Yeah. I was like, hey man, put your shirt back on.
Oh yeah.
But he was ready, man. He was ready. You could tell he was in good condition because he actually looked bigger than what he weighed. Because he was just in such good condition. So again, I can tell that Rare Breed kind of felt it.
He definitely felt it.
Because he was moving and grooving off all the punches.
He had to change his name after that joint.
Sweet chin music. All right. So we got next.
Oh, Rihanna Rios.
Well, Rihanna Rios.
Yeah. She went up against Murray Romero. Sorry.
Yeah.
Tongue tied. But yeah, she went in. She looked pretty good. I can tell that she's been out for a little while. But she outclassed her opponent. She it was just a boxing lesson. To me, it was. Yeah, so I think, and I like her too because I met her. Maybe when she first started out, and I was at the gym and I saw them training. She is different. So she was putting that work in though. I mean, it was just her opponent was just so awkward. I mean, she was awkward.
Her opponent
need that sometimes though.
She was very tough, very
strong,
and she had a bullish kind of style. That's something that I know. Rihanna, she's gonna take that experience. I noticed like within especially the first 6 rounds, she was struggling with the type of style because it was a very aggressive, kind of in your face, Bernard Hopkins kind of brawling style.
Head first,
and a lot of clenching and just. Barrages of hooks from everywhere, from the floor to the ceiling, and when you're have more of a boxing, a more polished style, such as Rios did, it's hard to kind of get control of them.
Yeah.
So sometimes judges look at effective aggressiveness, and it looked like, especially at gaps in the fight, that her opponent was. Imposing her will on Rios. Then Rios started to get it together, and then she started putting those 3 and 4 punch combination, and that's really what you have to do. Some fighters you can't afford to stay in front of. Right. You gotta move, you gotta give them angles because otherwise you'll end up fighting their fight, and it could give the appearance that you're falling behind because you're no longer fighting your fight. You're not dictating the fight; they're dictating the fight, and you're just responding. Where it looks like you're actually fighting that fighter off of you, as opposed to imposing your will on that fighter. But again, she did come out of there victorious. Yeah. She figured it out. But again, I think she'll take a lot of lessons from that fight, and that's gonna make her a stronger champion. So.
Yeah. I think she'll learn from this. Like sometimes you might get a win, it might not look as pretty because you're unable to awkward somebody that's awkward and sloppy. And but like you said, you need those chinks in your armor just so you can develop the experience. So next time you get in there, you say, hold on, let me step back. Let me slow the party down a little bit. Turn it up.
Yeah, exactly.
So that was I think she'll go on to do great things. So
absolutely.
And what we got? What was next?
So after the Rios fight, did we?
Lester Martinez. That fight was worth mentioning. He was fighting Carlos Gongora.
Yeah, I remember that fight.
That was a good one.
That was a good fight.
Because I think Martinez had a ton of power, like a ton of power. Like, like I said, he was catching them. He found a home for a lot of his big punches, but the guy barely made it out of it. He never one that barely made it out of it. But I credit it to the guy having some skills too. It was competitive. He had a chance too. Because he was getting caught with some bricks. Like, I mean, he was getting caught with them upcuts too. And his head was snapping back. And you know, when you thought he was out of there, he somehow like bounce back and get in there. But it was a good competitive fight. Yeah. It wasn't no easy. Nothing was easy on Friday night. Nothing was easy.
Yeah, it was a fan-friendly fight. Yeah. One of those fights you don't want to have all the time though, because like I said, they both were exchanging some heavy leather, and you know, you want to have those tough fights. And you want to avoid them at all costs, like taking a lot of damage. And both fighters, I mean, they were landing some serious bombs, and I was surprised. A credit to both fighters. They had some chance because they were getting hit with some. It was both ways, but more so Martinez was getting all of his off. So it was like 60-40. And so good fight.
That was a
good lead up to the co-main and main. So So that was pretty good. So in the main event, Lamont Roach. Yeah. Lamont Roach fought in the main event against Feargal McCroy. Yeah, that was a good fight. I like the whole setup. I had the ring walk, and then he came in, and it was just electrifying to just be in the crowd. Boxing is officially back to DC, and you know, it was good. It was good. I liked a lot of things I saw out of him. Each fight, he's getting better and better and better, right? So one of the things I did like is that he has outstanding boxing skills. A lot of times it don't necessarily get showcased like it did last night. The defensive side, because his defensive work was pretty good. He was all he got. Everybody know he got offense, but his defense was on point. I like when he caught him with that body shot. He sold out for it. He sold out for it, and it paid off. He caught him right in the bread basket. And it was pretty much, and that was a tough opponent. Yeah, and he came with a lot of people from a lot of people. He had a lot of amateur background. Yeah. This dude.
No, he wasn't no bum. He wasn't no bum.
No, hell no. And the crowd that he had, they were like just to the right of us, and they had another to the left. And he had a fun crowd. So the folks who came to see McCroy, shout out to them. Shout out to them. They were good sports. They were keeping him. I think they kept him in the fight. Yeah, they did. Because just hearing that chant, they started chanting. They was loud too. Hey, we had to get our stuff organized. I was like, wait. Where
we at Southeast? We at Southeast. So it was. I don't know if you know, it was a battle of Washingtonians against Ireland. They was game. He was game. He wasn't going down because, to be honest with you, Lamar had him cooked like early. Like he had him cooked early in the early rounds. I think so.
So I asked Lamar. He was
jumping around. He was almost there, but I like that. I saw this in his last two fights. He showed a lot of discipline.
Exactly.
Like he could have went in there and swinging for the fence, but he just stood there, broke his opponent down. Yes. And took what he gave him. Beautiful performance.
I think everybody on the undercard would benefit from just sitting down and having a class and watching what the main event, what Lamont Roach did to his opponent. Beautiful. And I think they all could benefit from that. And I'm a fan of watching fight tapes. But if you just sit down and just watch how he handled his fight, it's really no criticism. The hook. His hook was so unpredictable, and it was so well timed. And I asked him, I said, "Hey, Lamar, how'd you kind of got his timing down immediately? I mean, that's like almost the fastest I've ever seen a fight in the ring really get almost sweet pea-ish kind of where he knew the guy's timing so well. He was just slipping and sliding. He was punches was missing him by an inch, and he was turning. He missed. He dodged punches defensively. He dodged, slipped, countered. He did that. He parried. He did. He was doing what he wanted to do. And then when it was time to dog fight, he made sure that McCroy knew that, hey, no, this is my ring.
Right.
You in my house.
Right.
You're not backing me up.
Yeah.
You know. And then he knifed him with them body shots.
Oh yeah. He sold out for that.
It was like, well, yeah.
We sold out. Because he set him up with that joint. Yeah. Like I said, okay, I see he got it, but I see he turned. He just threw that joint. He ain't thinking about it, just threw it. Yeah. Boom, right up the middle. That's the joint that went out.
And then when he came back and hit him to the
they got him again
to the ribs.
Yeah.
That liver shot, man. Yeah. I was like, Lord, now Lamont, I'm gonna tell the world that I think I know what kind of punches you like to throw. I know your favorite punch. Because I saw the same punch back when Lamont was just leaving the amateurs. He was out JC's one time. And he threw a very similar punch. It was almost the same punch.
Right.
He just walked out. The very first punch he threw, boom, and the dude was down. Yeah. I was like, oh my God, that's crazy. You know what I'm saying? That's crazy. To let somebody, if you're a fighter, if you're a pro fighter or an amateur fighter, I don't care. The worst thing you can do is get hit by the very first shot that your fighter throws.
And don't see it.
Yeah. If you avoid any shot, it gotta be the first shot.
Yeah. You don't
and he disguised that shot so well.
Yeah, and that's
he hit it, and it looked like his body movement, all that was it was perfect. And then boom, and then he dropped again. I said, oh my God.
Yeah, because he throw that little, I'm southpaw. He throw that sneaky hook off the jab. That's one of my favorite punches because most boxers don't see it. Like sometimes you gotta throw the jab, let them take that step and just throw that jump. They're gonna run right into it.
Yeah.
And he was cracking them with that joint. And then reaching around the back for the hitting them ribs, tearing them up, pow. I'm like, yeah.
And then straight down the middle shots too. Coach used to say the fastest way to your to an object is straightforward.
Right.
And it's not that looping shot; it's that straightforward. And he was straightening them out when he needed to, and then he was leveling them body shots, them hooks when he needed to. So I thought that was an A+. I
can't critique it, but I will say that he has his record don't reflect this, but he has some sneaky power, right? He alluded to that in one of the pre-interviews, how he hurt like a lot of people he fought, just about everybody he fought. He don't have no constant power, you understand what I'm saying, where it's like all on bricks. It's just like in moments, he can throw a shot that can get you up out of there. And I think that I think he's going to fare well against Navarrete or what's my man name? Foster. What's my man name? I just lost it, but Foster, Shawty Foster. I think he'll fair game against either one of those opponents. I think he got the skill set to do that. I think he said he was more interested in Navarrete.
Okay.
I think ain't no complaints here. No Excuse put on the show, man. They turned up, man. They rep for their spot. So yeah, it was big. Yeah.
All right. Well, look, I think this is gonna wrap us. But before we go, make sure y'all tune in for the next upcoming fight. So we have Sugetta Promotions is coming up in July, around mid-July. Check out our page. We'll be posting updates on it as we get down to the fight date.
Yeah, some superstars on that card too.
Absolutely, and also in August, then we're back to Davis boxing promotion as well.
Yeah.
So again. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you next time on A-Side Boxing Podcast.